We are starting though with the latest on the coronavirus. The death toll in China has now reached more than 1,000, while here in the UK there have been 4 new confirmed cases, bringing the current total to 8. They include 2 doctors, and health officials are trying to trace patients who may have been treated by them. Well, Dr Hilary's here. Now look, the government has said there's a serious and imminent threat, which kind of, makes the blood run cold a wee bit. How worried should we be?
Not terribly worried at this stage. Look, I think people are becoming concerned.
Yeah, of course.
I've had a few emails from people saying, look, my children have got immune problems. They go to the specialist hospital. Should we be travelling?
Okay.
Of course.
Right.
We've got eight confirmed cases in the UK amongst a population of, 65 million. So this is hardly a major problem at the moment. But it could become one if selfish people want to abscond from quarantine.
Now, this is very strange.
So this
is people that have come from China?
Yes. So they've been flown back from the epicentre of a pandemic. They've been flown back free of charge. They've been put up in a 3-star facility, given all the food they require and every facility they could possibly want. But they have to understand that if they are carrying this virus and they abscond from the quarantine, then they can infect the rest of the world, potentially, which is just crazy. So,
and I know it's not ideal. Nobody wants to be doing that. They want to get on with their lives. Of course they do.
Look, 14 days out is protecting the rest of the public and themselves to some extent. So, yes, so we've got this regulations that have come in from the public. It's called the Public Health Control of Diseases Act, which was published in 1984.
Right.
And which Matt Hancock has imposed to say, look, we do need to make sure that people don't leave quarantine. That's
it's like one of those dramas, isn't it? Do you remember that Survivors one where you see people all sort of falling over, and it's a bit like that. But we're not at that stage yet. We've got to panic.
We're absolutely not. Look, it is worrying that the doctor's surgery has got a couple of... the 2 doctors, I believe, have been tested positive for the virus. They were in close contact with other people in a ski chalet in the Alps, and I think 11 people have been have contracted the virus as a result of one person.
They've talked about this super spreader who we believe contracted it in Singapore, and then went to that chalet in France, and then came back over here. And talking about Singapore, my Rosie lives in Singapore, and she was telling me that there has been a bit of panic buying. The supermarket shelves are getting pretty low. She sent me, this is people that are stockpiling everything. This, and then again, look at the shelves. But they're putting all the procedures into place. They're deep cleaning everything. And Singapore was clean anyway.
Absolutely.
Well, they're deep cleaning everything, and they're doing what they can. It's to try, and this is what we have to do. We have to be responsible, all of us.
Absolutely. Look, I think we need to keep this in perspective. It's like a flu virus.
Right.
In China, we know it's killed at least 1,000 people and probably 360 people outside of China.
Right.
So it is a nasty virus. The mortality rate is likely to be particularly relevant in the elderly and people with pre-existing conditions. For young, fit people, it's probably like most other flu viruses. Most people will recover from it. So we shouldn't get it out of perspective, but neither should we be complacent.
No, it's about being common sense. It's like what you always say about common sense. I mean, they put a lot of adverts in the papers today, the NHS, just saying, look, public information, this is what you need to know. It's what you've been saying all along.
Absolutely. And it's about keeping clear of people coughing and sneezing. If you use a tissue to catch the droplets, bin that tissue, then kill the virus that might be on your hands by using hand sanitizers or just washing in warm soap and water for 20 seconds on a regular basis during the day.
What we should be doing anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially at this time of year, because we know very sadly from, if you like, normal flu, like if there's such a thing as ordinary flu, that people sadly do die. They do every year.
About 4,000 people every year in the UK die of complications of flu.
We forget
and
that.
of course they are usually have got immune deficiency, or they're very elderly, or kidney.
But they're the ones that are vulnerable to this.
Yes, absolutely. Aren't they? Yeah, that's true.
Now look, in other news, this is an interesting one because doctors have issued a warning about buying HRT online. Now, you know that I take HRT. I swear by it. It's changed my life. Obviously, I think it's totally up to you whether you want to have it or not. Be informed about everything. But there has been a shortage of HRT, particularly patches, which has made people want to maybe buy things online.
Yes, it's become a chronic shortage. So very few NHS surgeries and chemists are able to provide it right now. And women are thinking, well, look, all my hot flushes are coming back, all my symptoms are coming back. What do I do? So they go online and they search. Now, that's all very well, as long as you go to a reputable, regulated online pharmacy established in this country and where the prescribing doctors are British registered
Gotcha.
and approved by the Care Quality Commission. If you're doing that, then you will get bona fide HRT products.
You've got to be careful,
if
though.
they've got them in stock,
see, this
because
is it.
many don't.
But why is there a shortage? Is it because people like us have been banging on about it and people want it more?
No, it's about a supply shortage of raw ingredients in China, long before the coronavirus story, by the way. So it's been going on for about a year.
OK.
And they're trying to remedy that, hopefully, quite quickly. But in the meantime, there are alternatives that you can have if you can't find your normal patches, for example. There's tablets and gels.
OK.
But, of course, there's been a run on those because the patches aren't available.
Right.
So it's about talking to your doctor about alternatives and just being careful. But don't go to an online pharmacy internationally that isn't regulated because, A, it might be diluted, it might not have any of the product in it, it might be fake, it might have contamination in it, and therefore your symptoms will be there anyway. So I just think be sensible, be guided by your GP, and go to a regulated source if you're going online. But I'm just I'm pointing out that not all of those online pharmacies will have stocks anyway themselves.
No, that's true. That's very true. But it is about not suffering in silence and making sure that if you are going through the menopause, you should actually go to your GP first of all and get some help because so many women aren't, and it's
I know,
and we should.
And I'm passionate too about HRT because it's one of the most dramatic things that I can prescribe in the surgery. When somebody comes into me and they're depressed, they've got mood swings, they're feeling they've got no libido, they can't concentrate, and they've got all the physical symptoms as well. I prescribe HRT when it's appropriate, and within a month they're feeling like they've got their life back.
Yeah, it's like you found yourself again.
Absolutely.
Hilary, thank you very much.